Good evening. Today I'd like to talk to you about the concept that government should have a say in the lives and activity and even the pay of the people who accept funds from them. Now, currently the Obama administration has put in place a pay czar, a legislated approved czar, who has apparently decided that he has the right to tell any company that receives money from the government how much they get to pay their employees. Anywhere from the chief executive, who he has taken about 90% of their pay from, to the janitor, to the low-level staff, of which he has called to have their pay cut to as well. Now, for many of you who are not big, expensive, wealthy individuals in business, you see this and go, gosh, that evil rich guy's getting it. Oh, yeah. Now, first off, outside of the pure vindictive nature of that comment, and the flawed idea that somehow by the government cutting this person's pay, you are going to get something back, which you're not. Even if the government took money from them, much less cut their pay, they would never hand it back to you. Remember, only to the statist is the government the people. The people are the people. And only if they cut your taxes and send that money to you does that actually appear in your pocket and does that actually benefit you. Typically that money is just going to be taken by the government and put into the government's pocket, and they are going to spend it to get reelected next year, or in 4 years, or whatever. No, the problem is that when you sit there and say that the government has a right to dictate how much this person earns because, well, they gave the company money. Well, first off, the employee is not the company. So why are they punishing the employee for what the company foolishly did, which was to take government money? Secondly, if you take that premise to the fullest extent of the measure, anybody who receives any kind of government money in any form, that could be sending your kid to public school, that could be sending to getting Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, drug medication programs, countless other things, student loans, which are now controlled solely by the government, a mortgage, 90% of them are controlled by the government, a car that's domestically built. Both auto industries in America, GM and Chrysler, are owned by the federal government now and run by the federal government. So you can argue that if you buy a GM car, you now have gotten government money, therefore the government can now control what you can get and what you can do. You're arguing that if you get any money from the government in any way, shape, or form, the government now has a right to tell you how to live, what you're going to earn, where you're going to live, where you're going to work, where you're going to what career field you're going to specialize in, how long you're going to serve the government, in what designated areas they want you to serve, what you're going to eat, how many children you're going to have, where you can drive, what you can drive, where you can live, how many people can live, and where you can live. You argue that that's all acceptable because at some point government money entered into your pocket. That's fascism. The fascists in Nazi Germany and the fascists in Italy did the same ploy, and by doing so took over through regulation all private industry. It's a trick of the statist. I'm here to help you. After they give you the help, they say, well, now we control your life. Now, the Obama administration has gone so far as to tell companies in Wall Street who took TARP money that you can't pay them back. Can't pay off that money because, well, that gets you off the hook and they want you to stay on the hook. Therefore, even if you have the money to pay off the debt to the government, they won't let you. Worse still, they're going to offer a new stimulus where they're going to give money to small businesses. Now, think about this if you're a small business. They just screwed over major corporations and big-time bosses and CEOs. What do you think they're going to do to you after you take their money and get their hooks into you? You honestly think they're not going to tell you what you can do and what you should or shouldn't do and what you should charge for things and what you should earn? Those of you who are for universal health care and the government program, do you honestly think they won't tell you how to live your life? What you can do or not do? After they've gotten their meat hooks into you as well? At some point, people are going to have to become their own people. They're going to have to liberate themselves from the government. They're going to have to stand on their own 2 feet like the mature adults we hope we are. And that means taking responsibility for what you have and accepting the limitations as a result of what you've chosen to do in the course of your life. And not relying on the centralized body of elected people who think they know what's best for you. Thank you very much, and God bless. Have yourself a good day.